All right, guys, we are here. Welcome to Konigsdam. This is the Holland America cruise line cruising into San Diego Harbor. I got here just in time. Here she comes. So it is a little bit hard to focus because of the lights, but here we are welcoming the Konigsdam, Holland America Konigsdam. Trying to focus it, but since it is dark out, and let me actually clean my lens a little bit. Hold on. There she is, the Konigsdam. Holland America Konigsdam. Sailing into San Diego Harbor. Sorry, I'm trying to get my jacket. I got here just in time and just jumped from the car. This is the Holland America Konigsdam sailing into the San Diego Harbor. And we are at Harbor Island. This is Holland America Konigsdam sailing into San Diego Harbor. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us. This is the San Diego Harbor, and you can see the lights over here. That is the Coronado Bay Bridge. And then we have Oh, I forget which other ship. There's another ship coming in. Let me see real quick. Amsterdam will be cruising in later. So this is the Holland America Konigsdam. Now later I can probably go downtown and we can see the ship docked at the harbor, but this is actually a better view watching them cruise in. This is the Holland America Konigsdam. There is a flurry of activity down here this morning. Supply trucks and such. Now across the bay, you see this is the Navy Air Station. They have an airport there for the Navy over there on Coronado. Oh, and there's a aircraft carrier at the dock too. We'll be able to see that better once the sun comes up. And this is the Holland America Konigsdam coming into San Diego Harbor. It is quite an early morning. It is 6 a.m. here on the west coast. And I do see the other ship coming in. The Nieuw Amsterdam. So this is the Holland America Konigsdam sailing into San Diego Harbor. I am going to pan right and we can see off in the distance the Nieuw Amsterdam is cruising in. We can't really make it out from here because the lights make it very difficult to focus. But we'll be watching for her to cruise into the harbor as well. Here we have the Holland America Konigsdam sailing into San Diego Harbor. I did bring a chair, but I got here just in time to jump out of the car. I actually need to readjust my parking because I'm kind of in the red zone. I mean, I'm right here. They're not gonna do anything while I'm right here, I don't think. I don't know. You never know how the parking police can be. So we are looking at the harbor of downtown San Diego. That is the Holland America Konigsdam cruising into the harbor. She will be docking and the passengers will be disembarking. And then we will be watching the Nieuw Amsterdam cruising into the port as well. Once the sun comes up, we can see Coronado with the military aircraft carrier. I can't tell what that number is. It looks like a 70, but I don't know what ship that is. Oh guys, this is a great view. This is the Holland America Konigsdam cruising into San Diego Harbor. With all the lights, it's hard to focus, but hopefully you guys are enjoying that view. Once the sun is up, thank you for the likes, you guys. Tap the screen, tap, tap, tap. I've got a live goal up there as well. So if you are interested in the heart me, you can send that. Tap the screen to support and like. That tells TikTok you are enjoying this view. I'm going to try to put my jacket on here. So if it gets a little wiggly. But we are here at Harbor Island. It's not technically an island, but they call it Harbor Island. Pardon me if it gets a little shaky. I'm going to put my jacket on. And we are at Harbor Island watching the Holland America Konigsdam cruise into the harbor and dock at the pier, the cruise terminal. Somebody else just got here, so... Oh good, they're walking the other way. Alright, I think we're all settled now. The Konigsdam is approaching the cruise terminal there, and we'll be docking there. Yay! Thank you, Dr. Sharon. It is 6 a.m. West Coast time. We are here in San Diego, and that is the Holland America Konigsdam docking at the San Diego Cruise Terminal, and we have the Nieuw Amsterdam coming in as well. The Nieuw Amsterdam is just coming through the canal right now, and you can see the Konigsdam is approaching the dock. Once the sun comes up, you'll be able to see it a lot better. The thing is, with all the lights, it's hard for the camera to adjust and focus. Yay, tap, tap, tap. Thank you, Dr. Sharon. Welcome in, everybody. This is the San Diego Cruise Terminal and the skyline of downtown San Diego. Trying to have it focus a little better, but it is difficult with all the lights. So you see a string of lights across the water. That is the Coronado Bay Bridge, and that is one of the ways to get from San Diego to Coronado. The other way, it is connected in Imperial Beach, so you can drive from Imperial Beach up to Coronado. What we see here is the Holland America Konigsdam docking at the harbor at the San Diego Cruise Terminal in San Diego, California, 6 o'clock in the morning, West Coast. And the Nieuw Amsterdam is just coming through the canal, so we could barely see it from here. With all the lights of Coronado and Point Loma, it's not very discernible, so we will check it out. Welcome. Thank you, Lucky Llama. Welcome, welcome. I am also working on my follower count, so if you are interested in following, and I would love to have you share out the live. I've been having a few challenges this week with TikTok and views and likes, so any help that I can get from you is very much appreciated. And here we have the Konigsdam getting docked at the harbor in San Diego. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Welcome, Frank. Welcome, everybody. Here we are at the San Diego harbor, and we are watching the Konigsdam docking at the San Diego harbor at the cruise terminal. I'm trying to see who we've got in here. Lucky Llama, Elizabeth, Min's Real Talk, Abner, welcome, welcome. Dr. Sharon, appreciate you guys being here. This is the Holland America Konigsdam, and it is getting docked at the San Diego Cruise Terminal in San Diego, California. It is what time is it? 6:08. So welcome, welcome. And then coming in the channel now is the Nieuw Amsterdam, so we are gonna also see that. I will go ahead and pan so that you can see, Straight ahead we have Coronado. That is the Navy base. There are civilians that live over there as well. But the primary spot we see right now is the military base. And then as I pan more to the right, you might be able to see the ship right here. And that is the Nieuw Amsterdam. So with the overcast, the lights, fog, and all that, it is a little bit difficult to focus, but that is the Nieuw Amsterdam coming into the harbor. She has arrived from the Pacific Ocean, and now she is in the San Diego Bay. The Holland America Nieuw Amsterdam will be approaching and docking at the San Diego Cruise Terminal. We have a vantage point here on Harbor Island, and this is where you can see the ships cruising in to the harbor, onto the bay, and then docking at the cruise terminal. You know those people are sad because they are ending their cruise and they will be disembarking in San Diego. Thank you so much for the gifts, guys. Thank you, thank you. Welcome, Sin. Welcome, everybody. I am watching the harbor to see if there's anything more that I can speak to you about. So if I missed anything, I'm sorry about that. Let's pan back over here, and this is the Nieuw Amsterdam, the Holland America Nieuw Amsterdam. Okay, let me back up. There's somebody coming, so let me be ever vigilant and pay attention. So that is the Nieuw Amsterdam. That is Holland America. It looks really different than the other ship that just docked. Interesting. A little bit different of a footprint. Good morning. So that is the Holland America Nieuw Amsterdam. She is cruising into San Diego Harbor. It is difficult to focus because of all the lights, but as the sun comes up, you'll see a better view of the ships, the coastline, Coronado, and the downtown skyline. So the lights refract off of the moisture in the air, the fog and whatnot, the marine layer. So that also is a challenge for focusing. But you definitely can see the beautiful Holland America Nieuw Amsterdam sailing into the harbor. And they will be docking at the San Diego. Oh, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. She will be docking at the San Diego Cruise Terminal. Thank you for the likes, you guys. All those taps, that helps get me out to the FYP page. I'm expecting to have a full day today, going live and really just kind of getting back into it. Last week I was in the office for 3 days and had some challenges with my my FYP and such, so trying to do what I can do and encouraging people to support, follow, like, tap, all the things, so that we can let TikTok know we're still here. We're still here. The sun is coming up. It's so cool, like how you arrive in a place, like I just got here and it was dark as dark can be. And now as the sun slowly comes up, it's illuminating the area. This area is a beautiful area. If you have an opportunity to visit San Diego, definitely want to take some time down here at the harbor. I'm not sure you'll have such a special occasion as seeing 2 cruise ships come in, but it is definitely a beautiful area. And then, if anybody can, so if you look at that aircraft carrier that's sitting there, those are the ships that are out on the oceans protecting us, and they carry the aircraft that take care of business all around the world to keep us safe. Once the sun is up, we can verify what the number is. It looks like it says 70, but it also looks like it's written in red, white, and blue lights. So part of it looks like it's cut off. I can't really tell for sure. But that is at Coronado. And this cruise ship we are watching is the Holland America Nieuw Amsterdam. And she's cruising through San Diego Harbor and will be docking next to the Konigsdam. Look at all the lights, all those cabins full of happy cruisers. Welcome, welcome everyone. If you can share the live out, that would be great. I appreciate that. That lets TikTok know we are here, we are enjoying this live. We want other people to see it. This is the Holland America Nieuw Amsterdam. If you were here last week, you saw it cruising out of the harbor on its way to the Mexican Riviera. Now, the Konigsdam that is already docked was on a one-way trip. I believe it came from Vancouver or Seattle. So that kind of indicates to me that she was finishing up her Alaskan routes. So typically the season for Alaska cruises is May to October. Now there is some variance depending on which ship, which cruise line. And so then you would have them doing a one-way back down to the west coast here. So then either then doing cruises out of San Francisco, Los Angeles, San Diego, or if they are going back to the East Coast, then they would pick up people and go through the Panama Canal and then go back over to the East Coast. Welcome, welcome. Thank you guys. Thank you, not my name. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you guys. If you can share out the live, share it with at least a couple friends or followers. Tap the screen that tells TikTok you are enjoying this and you appreciate that I came down to the San Diego Harbor so early in the morning to give you this view of this beautiful ship cruising into the harbor in San Diego. Welcome, welcome. M369, welcome. And then as the sun comes up, you'll see a lot more around the city, meaning the skyline. I'm going to pan that way actually a little bit. The lights you see over the water, that is the Coronado Bay Bridge. And here we see the San Diego skyline with all the beautiful lights. It is hard to focus with the fog, the lights, etc. There is a restaurant there over the water right here. One of the fine dining establishments around the city that is called Island Prime. Very popular and very delicious. And back to the Nieuw Amsterdam. She is cruising into the harbor. Let's share this out to a few more people. Let's see who might join. It is very early, and I do recognize that people have their own things going on, but we are here in San Diego at the San Diego Harbor, and we are watching the Konigsdam. Welcome, Diana. Sorry, the Konigsdam is already docked. This is the Holland America Nieuw Amsterdam. She is cruising into the harbor, and she will be docked at the San Diego Cruise Terminal next to the Konigsdam. The Konigsdam arrived just a few minutes ago. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Welcome, Nix Zumba. Thank you for the follow. We are here in San Diego. In the distance, you can see lights over the water. Those lights are on the Coronado Bay Bridge. The cruise ship that we see arriving into the harbor is the Holland America Nieuw Amsterdam. Tap the screen. That tells TikTok you are enjoying the live and that you want to have other people see it. Tapping is liking. The Nieuw Amsterdam will be docking at the San Diego cruise ship terminal next to the Holland America Konigsdam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, Simi. I am a travel agent as well. If you are interested in booking a cruise or an all-inclusive vacation, you can contact me, email me, send a message, and we can get you started on planning your cruise vacation. This is the Holland America Nieuw Amsterdam. Good morning, Lalila. Thanks for coming in. And at the dock is the Holland America Konigsdam. They both arrived this morning. So as you see, the Nieuw Amsterdam, which we watched leave last week, is just finishing her journey, and she will be docked at the San Diego Cruise Terminal. I got here just in time this morning. It is what time is it? 6:22 right now. But we got here just in time to see the Konigsdam as she was coming into the harbor and then got docked at the cruise terminal. And this is the Nieuw Amsterdam. Holland America, Nieuw Amsterdam. Now, some ships will stay on the west coast because they don't fit through the Panama Canal, or they never come to the west coast because they don't fit through the Panama Canal. So typically, actually, the ships on the west coast are going to be the smaller ships because they need to do that transit through the Panama Canal. Majority of cruises are leaving from the east coast. So here we have the Nieuw Amsterdam. She is finishing her journey and she is docking at the San Diego Cruise Terminal. We have a few big piers down here. Nothing like Florida. Florida definitely has a bunch. And then also other areas along the East Coast as well as, now I am not familiar with Galveston, but Galveston does also have a cruise terminal. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. Guys, I did not even have my coffee. Tap the screen. Show me you appreciate me being down here. Thank you for the gifts, guys. I appreciate it. So let's tell TikTok that you are enjoying this. Tap the screen, share it out with some friends. At the pier, we have the Holland America Konigsdam. Thank you for the heart me. And just finishing up her arrival is the Holland America Nieuw Amsterdam. And I definitely got footage of them. We've been watching for at least 40 minutes. Watching them come into the harbor. So I have that footage to post later. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the gifts. Thanks for sharing out the live. This week on my TikTok journey has been a challenge. I posted a video the other day that got 0 views. I do not know what was going on, but then also the layout of my data was all changed, so I can't even see what my weekly goals are. So as a content creator, TikTok presents you with goals each week so that you can grow and know that you're increasing your knowledge and efforts. I can't even see what they are, so I guess I'm just winging it from here on out unless they change it. So this, I'm panning, this is Coronado. They call it Coronado Island, but it isn't an island, just as they call Harbor Island an island, but it's not an island. And this is primarily a military base, and there is an aircraft carrier in the harbor. You can't really tell by looking at it, like from here, because you can't see like the outline or whatever, but I can recognize that lighted up rectangle thing right here. That is I call it a porthole. It has some sort of official name where they load the aircraft, and there's an elevator in there. So then it lifts up the aircraft to the deck, and then that's how they get it all loaded onto the ship. It has a number on it, but I can't tell if that's a 70, a 90, or what. But when that number is used to identify the ship. Welcome, welcome. The lights over the bay, that is the Coronado Bay Bridge. There is no outlet over this way. So anybody leaving the harbor has to come through the channel. And here we have the Nieuw Amsterdam and the Konigsdam, both docked at the San Diego Harbor. It looks like the Nieuw Amsterdam is still approaching. It's just moving so slow you can barely tell. If you look at the lights on the top compared to the buildings in the background, you can see the lights moving, and that tells you that the ship is moving. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Oh, I guess we've been here about 35 minutes. So shorter than I thought. But I did get here just in time. Thank goodness. And so there is an app called Cruise Mapper. Cruise Mapper will let you know which ships are at different docks around the world. And it will also let you know what time the ships will dock. So if you have one you're looking at and you want to see when will it arrive, you can search by the ship name and it will give you the map location, itineraries, and I forget some other information. It'll tell you all about the ship as well. So I did look on Cruise Mapper this morning and saw that the ships would be docked at 7. that's the time that they are expected to be completely docked. And so I thought, okay, well, I need to get down there earlier. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming in. So I got myself up, got myself ready. No coffee, no nothing. I just showered, washed my hair, get dressed, and get on down here so that I could watch this with you guys. There's plenty of parking, and there are benches, but this early in the morning the benches are all wet. I brought a chair as well, but I got here just in the nick of time, so I don't have my camera on a tripod. I didn't grab my chair out, nothing, just get the footage, get the footage. So welcome, welcome. Thank you for the follows, thank you for the gifts, thank you for the taps. Yay, we're almost to 3,000. Excellent, thank you guys. Welcome MM, Deborah, Matt, Mecca. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming in. If you are new here, I would love if you give me a follow. I do travel content, including cruises, trains, planes, automobiles, destinations, product reviews, and I have my TikTok shop with a few products that we use when we travel. All right, it looks like the Nieuw Amsterdam is secured. Now behind me is the San Diego airport as well. So this is a real travel mecca down here. So we also have the main Santa Fe Depot train station where the Pacific Surfliner docks comes into, and that is a hub for travel up to Los Angeles, where you would then have a train that would take you east. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Holland America Konigsdam is at the pier to the left, and the Holland America Nieuw Amsterdam is at the pier to the right. It's so interesting once they have the lights off, like it looks like fewer lights are on in the cabins and such. The ship looks so different. The Konigsdam looks like it's mostly dark now, and then the lights from the pier maybe are illuminating the Nieuw Amsterdam. So that is pretty cool. Welcome, Michelle. Welcome, welcome. We are here at San Diego Harbor. We are looking at the San Diego cruise ship terminal. And we are, if you look at the lights over the bay here, those are the lights of the Coronado Bay Bridge. And then here we have Coronado. This is the military base. And then this is the harbor. The cruise ships leave. You can't see it from this way because it looks like it's all land, but there is a channel over here that leads out into the ocean, and that is where the ships cruise out to head to the Pacific Ocean. Now behind me we have the San Diego airport, and it's hard to see, but there is a plane leaving. You can see the lights, how they refract with all the moisture in the air. There's a lot of fog. or marine layer. So it makes it a little bit difficult to focus. Trying to see if usually you'll hear the planes before you see them. I hear one getting ready to take off. Let's pan this way a little bit. I think we'll also go to the cell phone lot. There is an area called the cell phone lot, and that is where, oh, there it goes. See the airplane out here? The cell phone lot is where you can park and you wait. Then when the plane arrives, your loved one or person you're picking up can call you and say, okay, I'm ready. I'm right over here at whatever gate, whatever terminal. And then you can go and pick them up. So let's see if we see another plane. Yep, there goes another one. Constantly, constantly, constantly. And across the street here, this is all marina. All marina. So this area is called Harbor Island. So it's like a T. This road is it's just a strip of land. So then that's why there's a marina on the other side. Even though that is the airport, once you get past the other side of the water, there's a marina in between. Welcome, welcome. We are down here in Transportation Central of San Diego. So I call it that because we have the airport, we have the cruise terminal, we have the train station, and then also the bus terminal is down here. Alright, so I think, well, I'm kind of waiting for the sun to come up more so that you guys can see the aircraft carrier. I want to get some footage of that. And then here we have the two cruise ships in the... Good morning, Tina. I hope you're having a great day. We are here in San Diego. We're at we're at Harbor Island and we're watching the cruise ship terminal. It is hard to focus with all the lights, but we have in the at the cruise ship terminal the Holland America Konigsdam on the left and the Holland America Nieuw Amsterdam on the right. Thank you for the likes, guys. And then here we have Coronado, and that is the military base. Again, lots of lights, so it's hard to focus. But this is an aircraft carrier here. So that is a giant ship that carries planes and helicopters and such to wherever we need it around the world. And then behind me we have planes continuing to take off at the San Diego International Airport. Now we cannot go live while we're driving, although I have seen some people doing that. I'm not sure how that works out. Otherwise, I could pop you into the car and we could drive over to the harbor. I can always do that, but I would end the live and then restart. And here we are in San Diego. At the pier, we have Holland America Konigsdam and Holland America Nieuw Amsterdam. And then we have the San Diego International Airport behind us. Let me pan over here for you. hear another airplane. Sounds like it's gonna be taking off. Pretty much if we just point the camera over this direction, we're definitely gonna just keep seeing planes. There's one now. Welcome, welcome guys, welcome. Thanks for coming in. It is 6:40 in the morning. I left my house, well, I woke up at like 4:30. Got up, got ready, left my house, and got down here before the Konigsdam docked. So we watched her come into the harbor. Over here, there is a channel opening over here, past the lights and the land masses, and that is where she comes in. So this curves around, and where Coronado meets up, there's this, you see this land right here? That is Point Loma, and there's an opening. So there's I think the channel is more like right over here on the other side of that. It's like a crescent, so the ship has to cruise down that way and turn, and then go through the channel to get to the Pacific Ocean. And if you watch my replays or check my other platforms, you will be able to see I have a replay there of that. That was a 2.5 hour live where we were watching the ships leave. And that was the Norwegian Jade and the Holland American Nieuw Amsterdam. Definitely sounds like a sea town. You hear all the seagulls. So this area isn't really like an area where you're going to be like hanging out at the beach. You can see there's just rocks along the shoreline here, but there are sidewalks, so it's a nice place to walk, ride bikes, etc. And we are just here. We watched the 2 Holland America ships come into the harbor. I don't know if you can see that sign. It's kind of not... Oh, thank you for the follow, Deborah. I appreciate that. IDK, welcome, welcome. There's a sign here that says Fly Navy. It's illuminated, so again, with the lights, it's kind of hard to focus. Oh yeah, so that aircraft carrier is number 70. So if you look up number 70, that would tell you which ship that is. Every ship has a number. Of course, when they're out cruising, they're not going to have that giant illuminated thing because they're like trying to be more stealth. But you can tell it's an aircraft carrier because it has that little opening. And that is like it's an elevator, for lack of a better word. They can put the aircraft in there, and then the elevator lifts it up to the deck. One time my cousin was here. I can't remember if it was the Midway or the Constellation. We got to go out on the ocean on that ship. It was so freaking cool. They had like a family day or something. And I think both, well, the Midway is here as a museum now. But, yeah, we had a day cruise. I think it must have been at least 3 or 4 hours, maybe longer. They had all kind of different activities for family members on the ship and barbecue and everything. They really are like a floating city. The aircraft carriers, they're massive. As the sun comes up, you'll be able to see the outline better, but pretty much you can see from here to here, that's the whole ship. It's massive. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining me, guys. We are here in San Diego at the San Diego Harbor. We are looking out at Coronado. That is the, I think its official name is Amphibious Base. Coronado Amphibious Base. So some of the SEAL teams train there. A lot of the aircraft live there, so to speak. And then the aircraft carriers. Today it looks like they have one docked there. I don't know how many are actually stationed there. So when a ship stays at a certain military base, that is called stationed. It is stationed there. And then here we are back at the harbor looking at the Holland, America, Konigsdam, and Nieuw Amsterdam. And that is the downtown San Diego skyline. Welcome, Brannigan. Once I reach an hour, I'll probably take a break. Good morning. And then that way I can connect my battery and then wait for the sun to come up a little bit. I need to move my car because I'm a little bit in the red zone, just like the front end of my car. And we can pan back this way and see the airport. So this is another marina. This is Harbor Island. And then there are airplanes leaving from San Diego Airport. So I probably will take you to the cell phone lot as well. And we can stream from there. There goes a little jet. From the airport. Lots going on down here. There's a few restaurants, so they have a bunch of trucks coming and going, bringing all their supplies and provisions. Very busy area. And this is the bay. This is the harbor where the cruise ships cruise in from the Pacific Ocean. Okay, it's kind of weird because I was speaking really quietly when it was really dark, but now that the sun is coming up, it's like, okay, people are awake, we can talk louder now. So this is the area where the cruise ships cruise in, and then they come through the harbor, and then they're just docking at the San Diego cruise terminal. Right there, the Konigsdam and the Nieuw Amsterdam. Hello, Green Square Bliss. Thank you. You know, it looks way better after the sun is up, but it's a little bit difficult to for the camera to focus with the moisture in the air and all the lights. So here is the San Diego downtown skyline. This is a nice restaurant called Island Prime right there over the water. So you can imagine that's a nice place to have a nice dinner. I believe they open for lunch, so like around 11:30. Right now it's 6:48. So this is downtown San Diego skyline. The bridge you see here, that is the Coronado Bay Bridge. That is one of the ways you can get to Coronado. Welcome Forever Young Homestead. Welcome 662 Kirby. So that bridge, they when they built that bridge, they said that there would be a toll only until the bridge was paid for. Well, conveniently, the entity that collected the money forgot to stop collecting the money. So then some wise citizens were like, hey, wasn't this supposed to be paid off by now? So now there is no toll to go across the bridge. And then another way to get to Coronado is from Imperial Beach. Imperial Beach is down closer to the border of Mexico. So you could go from there and drive up to Coronado if you did not want to go across the bridge. Honestly, sometimes the bridge gives me fear. I'm like, I have to just look straight ahead and pay attention, but not even look around because I feel like I'm gonna fly off the bridge. Okay, so that aircraft carrier you can see, let's zoom in a bit. It's not gonna focus because of the lights and such, but you can see the number is 70. That indicates which ship it is, but you can see it's massive. Consider the fact that that opening right here, that can, yes, I am in San Diego. That opening, airplanes can go in. I am at San Diego Cruise Terminal, but I am actually at Harbor Island, and Harbor Island looks towards the cruise terminal in San Diego. We have the Nieuw Amsterdam and the Konigsdam. These are both Holland America ships. And now as the sun comes up, you can see the San Diego skyline looks much different. I think it looks really pretty with all the lights. But as the marine layer burns off, the camera will be able to focus better. And the day will look drastically different because the ocean here now looks gray. But once the sun comes up, the marine layer burns off, then it will look more blue. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Boba Looker. Welcome, welcome. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the view. This is Coronado. Now you can see the sign that says Fly Navy right here. And there is an aircraft carrier number 70. I don't know which ship that is. And then behind me is San Diego International Airport. So if we pan back over this way, this is the, well, this area is another marina area. But if we look farther beyond, that is the San Diego Airport. And you can see an airplane taking off right now. Southwest Airlines, it looks like. Where did it go? Oh, there, it's way far away now. So we are just here enjoying the harbor, and I will be taking off in a little bit. Probably go grab a bite to eat. I want to take you guys over to the cell phone lot. It doesn't sound exciting, but I feel like there are people that, you know, I like to bring experiences to other people who maybe can't travel. So I feel like that's something that I want to show you guys, the cell phone lot. And that is where families will wait or ride share and such. And then when you arrive at the airport, then your person can say, okay, I've arrived, come and pick me up. Then we can also go down to this area because you can park down there and walk. So then we can get a closer look. I wore my walking shoes today. The other day I had my Crocs on. They're fine for walking, but not if I'm going to be going a couple miles. So this is the San Diego skyline. Coronado Bay Bridge, Coronado, and the Navy base. And then this is the harbor and the channel. The channel is down way over there. It looks like it's all land, but there is an opening out to the Pacific Ocean. You can see the replay from last week. Last week we watched the Nieuw Amsterdam leave this same harbor, and today we watched the Nieuw Amsterdam return. Welcome, thank you. Hello, Bob. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the gifts. All right, guys, so I am going to end it here, and I will see you back in a little bit. We are going to be having a live extravaganza today, bringing you all the things. Thank you for all the gifts, and I appreciate you guys. Have a great day.